There we go. Now everybody can see my picture on here. You can hear me. All right, everybody, go to my YouTube. Go to my YouTube. That's where I'm going to stream. I can't say this enough. Go to my YouTube. That is where I'm going to stream. All right, I got to go. Everybody follow me there. Bye. Okay, so we live. Okay, let's get this rolling. Okay, we're gonna talk about Royal Rumble, what I liked about it, what I hated about it. We're gonna talk about it all. Um, Everybody that's in here, hello, hello, hello. If you want to come in, give me 10 minutes. Can I get 10 minutes? And then I'll let you guys in and you can talk and say what you want to say, all that good stuff, right? Okay. Hello, Sasha. Everybody saying, hey, I'm gonna put your comments up. Thank you. Hi, Morovich. Hello, Trey. Hello, Trey Mar. Hi, Jamarius. Grayes. I think that's how you say your name. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. Hi, Roman Reigns. Hi, Quan. Hi, Sasha. Hi, Quan again. Hi, Women's Revolution Network. Girl, you got a whole thing for your name, hunty. You a whole network, B. Hello, Jalen. Hello, Chef. Hi, Alexis. Okay. So here we go. It was an interesting show. Let's say the least. Let's leave it at that. It was very interesting. I will say that it started off really cool. It started off really cool. I was happy with the fact that they put Drew up first. I was very happy about that. That match was short and sweet and to the point. Loved that. Let me put Drew in Rome and your boy's picture up here. I know y'all hate him. I know y'all y'all hate him, but I'm gonna put the bitch. There we go. All right, they working today. Okay, so yes, I'm very happy that Drew and Goldberg had their match first. It wasn't the greatest match, but it was okay. I was satisfied with the outcome of it. It looked like it was a lot going on, but ultimately it was decent for Drew to get this W over Goldberg and just kind of bypass Goldberg. You know what I'm saying? So good for Drew. It was a nice little W. So let's move on to the next match of the night, which I want to say, am I missing something? Wasn't it the Women's Royal Rumble that was next that night? I mean tonight. There wasn't really a lot. Oh no, it was Sasha and Carmella. Hold on a second. Because I'm not, you can't even hear me. Heard on, y'all. There we go. Okay. So it was Sasha and Carmella that was next, right, y'all? They had their match. Let me see if I got a picture of them. I don't think I got a picture of them, which is weird. Huh. I thought I had all the pictures on here. That kind of messes me up. So Sasha and Carmella had their match, and it was cool. It wasn't I didn't do nothing. You didn't miss anything. Hey Alexis. So what says we won? So glad Drew won. Me too, Grayas. Me too. No, it was Sasha and Carmella. Okay, it was Sasha and Carmella that was next. Okay. Okay, so Sasha and Carmella's match. It was okay. It wasn't great and it wasn't bad. I will say that I was entertained. I'm glad that the referee kicked out Tino Payne because I was sick of him. So I was happy about that. That kept me entertained. Um the match was all right. It wasn't superiorly great, but I was and now I like that Carmella has some offense. She actually put in some work in this match. So I gotta say it was mad respect for Carmella because she did that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna front on sis because she really did do that. Let's move on to the Women's Royal Rumble. All right. The Women's Royal Rumble was so much fun. It was so much energy going on in that match. They didn't do a lot of mess with this match. They really, really made it so that it was just focused on everybody that was in it, but they also gave you some little pieces from the past. The only person I didn't care for was Jillian Hall because they could have kept her ass in the bag. I'm so sorry. Y'all might not like it, but girl, cereal box could have stayed in the back for all I care. I was not feeling that. But for the most part, they did a wonderful job with WrestleMania and with the women, and it was just so much fun to watch. And Bianca won, and I was wrong because Bianca ended up eliminating Bayley, and I'm very, very happy for her. And I'm glad that WWE didn't go the typical route and they decided to go somewhere different. And this is where everybody had been asking for and what everybody was expecting. So I can't be mad at WWE for this. I'm actually very, very happy about that. So let me move into some of y'all questions or some of y'all answers here. Sasha looked good. She did look good. Yes.
Or just watching from that little piece of the icons that when they were showing Bret Hart and they was talking about Hogan, you got that, oh, this nigga go again vibes.
Yeah.
You're just like,
yeah, that's where it was.
This motherfucker.
I seen so many people talk about Edge and how new stars should get a chance. If they didn't know, the man had 11 years taken away from him. I'll get to Edge in a minute. Victoria returned. I have to 100% agree. I loved Victoria's return. I was so happy that she was there, and she came and she did not come to play with the girls. Okay, she came out there and was like, "I'm gonna do my thing." They had Mickey in there. They had so many people out there that were worthy of being in the Rumble. They lasted quite a while, and I have to agree with Javante. I preferred their TLC match as well. It wasn't as great on the Royal Rumble, but the Royal Rumble match was okay. The Women's Royal Rumble stole the show. Yes, sir, it did. It was a very good Women's Royal Rumble. I was venture off to say it was very comparable to last year's Rumble because I just loved it. Jillian gained a lot of weight. Well, she's lived is my point. I was picking at Jillian, but bitch, I can't pick at nobody when I'm twice her size. Okay, so just for be clear, Jillian looked nice for her age, and she a little thickums, but that's all right to be thick. Okay, you all right, and you don't live the long prosperous life, honey. Okay, you done lived a long, prosperous life, so I'm happy for you, Jill. You came out and you I ain't gonna lie, Jillian put up a little bit. She ain't put up a lot, but she put up a little bit. You predicted the last three women and people in the women's. Yes, you did. I ain't gonna lie, you did. Um, Jillian did good though. She took some serious bumps. I ain't gonna lie, she did okay, but I did not want her in the match. I'm sorry. When I remember Jillian Hall, she was not good. The only thing I remember is her having that fake ass thing wound on her face and the boogeyman eating it. Okay. Oh wow, we real bold. We real bold. I've never missed more than one prediction. Okay. Okay. Get it together. So Eva was not in the match. Absolutely not. She shouldn't have been. If you really want to know my opinion, but okay. I teared up when Victoria came out. I was very happy when Victoria came out. I'm still posting videos and reactions to Royal Rumble. So y'all gonna have to bear with me if you start, your phone pings when you start seeing my stuff come up. I have to apologize because I am gonna be posting stuff for the Rumble because I had a lot of video that I recorded and I'm still posting stuff. Stuff is still downloading. So y'all gonna have to bear with me a little bit. Moving into these comments, it says Bayley got eliminated too early. I don't think so. I think Bayley was eliminated by Bianca. She was eliminated in a timely fashion. She was out of the way. It really moved Bianca and Bayley's feud to be over and finished. Now we need to know what Bianca's going to decide to do because she could very well decide to go up against Sasha and she can very well decide to go up against Asuka. Personally, I think she should go up against Asuka. I know it sounds bad, but hear me out. I think that in all fairness, Bianca deserves a true championship run. And I think going up against Asuka and Asuka dropping her belt to Bianca is a better run for her. I also think that Sasha deserves to have a WrestleMania moment. And I'm not saying that Bianca and Sasha won't snap. It will, but to me, making them go up against each other, I just don't like. And I really, really, really I really want Bianca to go up against Asuka. And I know it seems unfair and it's messed up, but that's the true tea. I really want her to choose Asuka. I'm so glad Charlotte didn't win. I didn't expect for Charlotte to win. Even though she lasted to the end, I didn't expect her to win. Very proud of Bianca, especially after watching her on SC. Special on the network. So glad Lana eliminated Nia in a whole revenge. And that's facts. I cheered for that woman like I ain't never cheered for her before. She's the first Black woman to win a Royal Rumble match. Yes, she is. Hopefully, Naomi will get her chance to win a Royal Rumble match as well. I'm so happy WWE gave Victoria the chance. She deserved it. I agree. Rhea said, fuck that demonic Angelica Pickles. Yes. And I'm with it. I was like, y'all don't let that bitch go dark. This whole match gonna be over if y'all let that whole go dark. It's the way she slapped Bayley, and that's on period. Okay. If Bianca wins, that means Florida has good luck with Black women winning the SD Women's title. Okay, if you view it that way. I'm glad they didn't put Trish and Lita in the match. To be honest, I mean, they could have kept Peyton ass at home. They came a lot faster in the Rumble compared to the others. I don't know. I just think it was the end of the night for the men's Rumble, and we was just tired. I honestly I'm gonna get to the men's Royal Rumble match in a minute. I was laughing so hard when Bianca eliminated Bayley. Yo, I want to cry. Black girl magic. This is revolutionary. Bianca, a Black woman, won the Royal Rumble. Yes, she's the first Black woman, but hopefully she will not be the last. Didn't Jillian have a baby recently? I don't know. I don't follow the divas, so I wouldn't know the way Naomi and Bianca work together. Girl, when she grabbed that child's hair so she can get up. They over there fighting, leaning on the ropes. They was like, wait. We both got to get up. So they just got up together. They really gave her the mic. Yes, they did. I'm aware of that. Thank God Eva wasn't in the match. Tamina killed Reginald with that super kick. Yeah, she took his little Tino Pain ass out. Do you think Bianca and Sasha can main event WrestleMania? Because you think they can. I do think they can main event WrestleMania. I just want Sasha and Bianca to both have their moment. And I don't think that they can get that competing against each other. I prefer that they have their moments separately, if that makes sense. As she should. I know I really want to see the last part for the Women's Royal Rumble, but hopefully it should be uploaded soon. It's uploading as fast as it can, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't make it upload no faster. I'm doing the best I can. It won't run any faster off my phone, and I got it on my own data plan, and it's still going slow, so I can only do so much. Bianca versus Asuka would slap. I think it would too. Naomi looked great tonight. Let me put this up. Yes, it is. Whatever way they go, I hope Bianca main event WrestleMania. Well, she's the number one. She won the Royal Rumble, babe. So winning the Royal Rumble means that you're going to be in WrestleMania. More than likely, they will go with the women main eventing WrestleMania this year, mainly because they're either Roman will main event the first night and then have the women main event the second night. I would have Bianca main event WrestleMania. I would not make her be a secondary main event. I would make her main event. I also would make Sasha main event. No shade to Becky and Shayna, but last year I was not interested in Becky versus Shayna. That wasn't something that I was like dying to see. So I was fine with them not main eventing, and they've main evented before and they didn't execute it properly, but now they know what they can do and what they should do. So them main eventing is quite possible. I get what you're saying, but the thought of Sasha versus Bianca gives me feels. Not for me, not at WrestleMania. I just don't want it to happen at WrestleMania. What do you think Naomi's will do now that she's back? She's a Raw wrestler, so she will be on the Raw roster. She was drafted by Raw. That's where she's gonna go. Ruby and Liv put up a great performance. Yes, they did. Sure did. This was the best women's rumble in my opinion, but 2018 is close behind though. I actually like last year's WrestleMania. I mean Royal Rumble. I really, really love last year's Rumble, but I would say this year is a close second. Last year's Rumble is still my top favorite Rumble for the women. It's still my favorite. I would have rather seen Melina instead of Jillian. No to hate to her. Well, yeah. Liv Morgan outfit was on spy. It was cute. Her gear was nice. Carmella's gear was nice for once. Who do you want to go after the women's tag champs? I'm between Riot Squad, Tamina and Natty. I would prefer it be the Riot Squad and they finally get their just due. Um, this Lacey Charlotte thing needs to end quick. I mean, the way I see it is it keeps Charlotte out of title contingency. It's a feud. It's not going to be, if it's not something you want to see because Lacey Evans is acting like a total thought, then I can understand that. But the thing is, it's not keeping Charlotte, it's keeping Charlotte out of any type of title contingency, which a lot of people would prefer. And I'm okay with Lacey working with Charlotte because Lacey needs to get her shit together. And I don't really care for the fact that it involves her father, but what can I do? It involves her. So I'm gonna sit and assess it for what it is. Like I said in my post, Charlotte need to put his ass in the motherfucking home. Like she need to put his ass in a home. Shady Pines right now and fucking Lacey Evans is for the streets. Period. The Lacey Charlotte drama reminds me of the Tori Wilson Dawn Marie feud. Well, Dawn Marie made it very odd and obvious that she was fucking, Tori Wilson's dad. I don't think that's the case with Lacey Evans. She's making it seem like she's taking Charlotte's place. And I think that's where people are making the mistake. Did you notice how most of the girls wore something yellow, eyeshadow, gear, etc.? Yeah, it was yellow or gold, and I want to say it's because of Brody, but I'm not sure. So I'm not quite sure. Shady Pines rig, period, period. How would you book the women's tag titles through 2021? If I had to book the women's tag titles, first of all, Shayna and Nia would drop those titles at Fastlane. They would not keep them past Fastlane. They would drop them to the Riot Squad at Fastlane. I would let the Riot Squad defend them on SmackDown against Nia and Tamina, Natty and Tamina for a little while, and then I would move them over, and I might have them have a good feud with Carmella and Bayley. Let them team up for a little bit and see how that works, and then I would move them over to NXT, and I would have them compete in matches in NXT. Casey and Kaden are there. They're very good as a tag team. They work well together as a tag team. I would more than likely have the Riot Squad drop those titles off at a takeover in NXT. I wouldn't make them drop it immediately. They would have some type of feud going with those NXT girls. And for that time being, the Riot Squad would be shown on NXT TV. They would pop up on SmackDown as would Casey and Kaden. They would bounce back and forth. But I would have those titles eventually end up in NXT on Casey and Kaden and let them run with those titles for a little while as well. You can always go back to the Riot Squad later on down the line with SummerSlam or maybe even Clash of Champions. You could do it. But for the time being, I would send them over to NXT. Hello, AT2. I'll put your comment up in just a second. Live with the HBK inspired gear. I know, right? It was so fire. Liv Morgan is a treasure. She's just an awesome girl. Shayna and Nia, ketchup and mustard. Why they got to be ketchup and mustard? Hey, AT2, how you doing, baby? I was on AT2 show yesterday. It was fun. I was on Dr. Love and I was on his town hall. I was over there dipping it and doing it. Wasn't Nick Girls meant to debut tonight? I don't know who that is, baby. No shade, I don't know who that is. NXT should get them. Was Ember's knee brace new? I never seen her wear one before. She started wearing one. It's Edge versus Roman this year, Spear versus Spear. I want it to be Edge versus Roman so goddamn bad. I am dead set against Edge picking Roman. I do not want Edge to pick Drew McIntyre. And it's not because I have some type of affinity for Drew McIntyre or because I don't want Drew to go up against Edge. It's fine. I don't have a problem with that. My only issue is that Drew would have to turn, and I don't want him to turn yet. I know it's selfish and I know it's wrong, but I don't want Drew to turn right now. I just don't. And I know it sounds bad, but it's the truth. And I'm selfish. So I really want him to go up against Roman. I think he would have the best feud with Roman right now. Roman is at his peak, and the best option for Edge is to go up against Roman. Even if Roman drops the title at Edge to Edge at WrestleMania, he could still get it back at the next fucking pay-per-view. It's not the end of the world, okay? Excuse me, y'all. So, okay. What's your thoughts on Lana? What do you think is next for her? Lana looked great today. I thought she came out there, her gear was nice. She came out there with a purpose, and she did not go in there timid and afraid to wrestle. And that's the kind of growth and progress you want to see in a superstar. I think Lana is going to be fine. I'm well aware that Lana is not as great in the ring as she could have been and as she could be. But at the same time, Lana is still a good character. I really, really liked what she did. She came in there. She wasn't trying to do nothing extra or be, really. She went in there and wrestled, and she got rid of Nia like she should have. And I was like, you should have got rid of her ass because she took your ass out. You know what I'm saying? So I was very, very happy with that. I was very happy with that. She did a great job. So kudos to Lana. Her hair looked great. Her gear looked great. She didn't have on them ugly ass Yeezys she be wearing. So I was very happy for her. Folks talking about give new stars a chance, like Edge had 11 years taken away from him. I read that comment that you posted earlier. I didn't skip over it, so you didn't have to post it in here again. The point is that Edge is won. End of the conversation. I don't have to argue with you about Edge winning the Royal Rumble. Who were you going to pick to Rumble? Because from what I heard, everybody was talking about Daniel Bryan and Cesaro should have won. But the reality of the situation is, who is going to give you the most draw for WrestleMania? That is the point. It's not necessarily about who needs a chance, because even though the Royal Rumble gives you a chance, true enough, not gonna lie, when you're booking WrestleMania, you book the stars to be the ones to compete. And no shade to Cesaro, but Cesaro, even after being able to get a chance at titles, Cesaro hasn't delivered in terms of character. Can he wrestle? He's an amazing wrestler. I don't take anything from Cesaro. And has he shown improvement in his promo skills and how he operates as a character? Of course. But he's not big enough to be booked at WrestleMania in a main event match. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. Not at all. I like Lana's gear, but her kick pads were way too bulky. I didn't have a problem with her kick pads. I thought she looked fine. With how things are going, how would you book WrestleMania this year? Like I said, I would book Bianca to go up against Asuka. I would probably book Sasha. I don't know if they sent Bianca on over to Raw, back to Raw, so she can have that match. I don't know what I would do with Sasha. I probably would bring somebody else over like Rhea Ripley and have her go up against Sasha, and I would still let Rhea lose. I'm sorry, no matter who goes up against her, I would still make them lose because I feel like Sasha is owed her WrestleMania moment. I just don't want her to get that moment on Bianca. That's all. All right. Keith Lee versus Drew. I'm okay with that. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, y'all. So let me get back to these comments and then we'll finish up with Royal Rumble and then I'll let some people in. I'm at 26 minutes. Okay, cool. Moving. We halfway through the Rumble. We was talking about the Women's Rumble, and now we're going to talk about KO's match with Roman Reigns. So the last man standing match was great. I'm not gonna lie, started off a little slow. Roman had pretty much taken the lead. Babe, did you bring a new bag up here for garbage?
Okay.
Roman pretty much took the lead when it came to that match from the beginning. Oh no, my nose is bleeding. All right. Got a nosebleed, y'all. Sorry. I'm just gonna read y'all comments. So here we go. Can we talk about how Christian had no ring rust at all? He has at least one more reign. No, I don't want to see Christian win no titles. No, thank you. Only reason why I'm okay with Edge getting it is because he was gone for so long. Honestly. Um, do I think Carlito will stay in the WWE? I wouldn't mind it. I hope he does because I really like Carlito and he looked absolutely amazing. Oh my God, I just realized Keith wasn't in the Rumble this year. Keith Lee came in contact with Mia Yim, and out of protection for the Rumble and all the superstars, they pulled him. Which I imagine Keith was probably the one who was supposed to win the Rumble and not Edge. I think it was supposed to play out where Randy cost Edge that match and Keith Lee wins it. All right, let's move on to the next question. I feel like if Edge feuds with Drew, Randy's ass will get involved. He probably will, fam. Like, I mean, he got pretty much got beat up tonight. At best, they need to make Randy go up against Edge at Fastlane and end that shit quickly, so Edge can do what he need to do. Uh, let me see. Carlito looked fine. Yes, he did, honey. He looked good. Sorry, y'all. Having some technical difficulties here. All right. Carlito looked good. He probably had to quarantine because of Mia. Yes, that was the reason. Hopefully, the Fiend and Randy just stick to their rivalry. Hopefully, affinity is that what we're calling it now. Carlito was a one time thing. I mean, if he was good, I mean, I'm happy for him. Carlito is a great wrestler. Not me. I'm saying other people wanted Edge to win. Shinsuke lost that bad top of his. Okay. Hey Tiff. Hey Kenny. Can't believe Edge won at 1 and Bianca at 3. That's amazing. I would do Bianca versus Sasha and Oscar versus Charlotte and Rhea. No, thank you. I don't want to see that. Call up somebody else for Sasha. That's what I say. But they only listen to me when they want to. Like who? Raquel. Sasha does deserve her Mania moment, but I'm sorry, I'd rather have Bianca win. I do not want Bianca to win over Sasha just for Sasha to drop that title after doing all that work to come back, finally beat her own losing streak, and then drop it to Bianca. Like, I'm not saying Bianca doesn't deserve the title. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying Bianca doesn't deserve her moment. But why does Sasha always have to sacrifice her WrestleMania moments to make other people look good? Why is that? Now, I'm not saying if that's what Sasha decides to do, then that's fine. She chose that path. I can't say she's wrong for that. But why is it that out of all of the four horsewomen, she's the only one who didn't get a WrestleMania moment where she actually won, and she's the only one who's always putting somebody else over in the big pay-per-views? It's always her. It's either she's making the decisions to do that or that's what they're choosing to do. In my mind, Sasha's been on a roll. Let Sasha go up against somebody else and get her moment. Put Bianca in the match with Asuka. They're going to have a good match. It's not going to be anything terrible. She's not the tag team champion anymore. Make Asuka and Bianca go at it. Bianca can be your Raw Women's Champion. If Naomi stays on Raw, you got plenty of fodder with Naomi. You got Charlotte over there. You've got Nia. You've got Shayna. You still got Mandy and Dana over there. And whether you like her or not, Lacey Evans is over there. There's so much going on, and Bianca can be a great sounding board for Raw without having to use Charlotte to do it. That's all I'm saying. Hold on a second. Let me get through some of these comments. The golf cart spot took me out. Man, when I tell you Roman ran that nigga over with the golf cart, they stole that shit from AEW. I'm sorry. I may be on AEW's neck and I might be doing shit. You know, I might be on AEW's neck all the time, but bitch, they stole that shit from them. That was their way of saying fuck you. Okay, that's what that was. Okay. To be honest, I don't even see it. And I'm just glad there's no Goldberg versus Lesnar set up. I have to 100% agree. Thank God for that. Alexis, you was on it. Alexis was in there casting spells and everything else. She said, no, bitch. No, bitch, we not having that. Excellent. Carlito will be working as a producer eventually. Where are you getting your information from, bro? Like, where are you getting it from? What do you think is next or Goldberg? I told y'all, Nicole, is that Nicole in there? I told y'all Brock was not going to show up. I just want to know where you get your information from. If that's Nicole, then disregard. But that ain't the Nicole. That ain't, I don't remember her name being that, but whatever. Every KO Roman match has always been a stipulation, kind of getting old. I like the KO Roman match. I thought it was fun. The first match they had, it was not a stipulation match. He cheated. The first match they had, he cheated in that match. The second match was inside a steel cage, and then in this third match, it was because the first one was at TLC, and did it have a TLC stipulation to it? It was a normal TLC match. So my bad, it was a stipulation on it. I mean, putting him inside of the cage was to stop him from cheating, but you see that didn't work. And then they did this match. It was fine, Alexis. I didn't have a problem with it. It was cool. But if I was KO, I would have kicked him in the face, and that's on period. But they put on a good match each time. They seem to like Goldberg's farewell. That seemed to like Goldberg's farewell match. I hope it was his farewell match. He can stay going. Rhea Ripley was not playing with Alexa. I see that match happening on Raw. Rhea versus Alexa. I don't think Sasha cares as long as she has good matches. I do. That's the thing. I do. Yeah, I mean, at least she had a longer title reign. Oh my gosh, she never won a match at WrestleMania. No. Still don't like Nice Gear from tonight. Trash. I do think she will get that moment, but I don't think now. I like Sasha, but I don't care about her. She's talented as fuck, but Bianca is the star. I don't take anything away from Bianca. Like I said, I just want both of them to get there, to get both of their I want both of them to get their time. I was manifesting Bianca's win, called up my tea and said it's Nicole. I knew it was. I figured it was you because you always she be coming at my neck too. I'll be like, ma'am, let me live. I'm just playing. What do you think Seth will do on SmackDown since he's back? Probably mess with Big E. Fuck that Hobby Lobby backwoods Barbie. Oh my god. Wow. I'm glad AJ got eliminated because he would have won. Because if he would have won, oh gosh, she got him a backwoods Hobby Lobby backwoods Barbie. I'm I'm over it. Yo, that and me wanting AJ Lee to pop up out of nowhere tonight in the Rumble. Oh, I'm good, fam. I'm straight. I suppose it's Jones, Kitty. I'll get it right one day. She said she tried. It's so wrong with y'all. All right. If you really look at SmackDown roster, they really don't have nobody. Raw got all the good people. I mean, not necessarily. What's the next pay-per-view? The Chamber? No, it's Fastlane if I recall. Jillian did actually pretty good. I already mentioned Jillian. Okay, so the next match, like I said, we had the last man standing match, and it was okay. It was crazy as hell from when I was watching it. They had Roman. Jey Uso was supposed to be in this match, and because he declared for the Rumble, and he was not in it. So what happened to him? What happened to Jey Uso? He was supposed to be in this match. He did not. He did not come in that match, babe.
I didn't realize he declared.
Yes, he was in. He was supposed to be in that match. He was not in it. So I'm trying to figure out where was he and why didn't he show up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he should have showed up for sure, for sure. That's bothering me. Like, why didn't he show up to the match? He should have been in there. Huh. Anyways, so we got some work to do. They gotta decide what they're gonna do and how they're gonna pick this match. So they had KO and Roman competing in the match, and it was a good match. It started off slow, like I said, and then when it moved on to the rest of the match, it picked up. KO did some extreme stunts in this match and genuinely took it to a whole nother level. I loved it, and I really liked KO's spunk and his tenacity in there. Like I was truly loving that match. It was so good towards the end. It pissed me off that Kevin Owens didn't win. What really made me mad was like when they were trying to get the cuss off of him, the ref stopped counting. like the ref stopped counting. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I know damn well that you can hear that you can see that Kevin Owens got up. He's standing up. You're not counting. What is going on? At this point, Kevin Owens won the match twice. Like, you just stop fucking counting, bro. Like, I can understand if you got knocked out, but damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, really? So Roman ended up winning the match. Kevin Owens did not win. Even though it wasn't meant for KO to win, Kevin put on a decent fight, and it looked like he was definitely going to win. I'm disappointed in the way they handled it though. They could have did it much better. So much better. They could have did it so much better. Really? Now, what match came after that? Was it a singles match after that?
I think so.
No, it was that Bad Bunny shit. Bad Bunny had a performance, and it was something. It was interesting. I didn't like it because Booker T was just standing out there like a statue, and I felt like you could have just put a cardboard cutout of Booker T out there and then had his music hit, and that would have been fine. I don't really care for Booker T, so I wasn't feeling it. Seth yelling at Cesaro was funny as fuck. I can't. Paul Heyman was struggling to get those cuss off Roman. Did you notice the ref saw and stopped the count? Yeah, I noticed that. He stopped at 7, completely stopped counting. He could have counted 3 times over after that. I knew Roman was gonna win, but Kevin won in my book. Who won the Rumble? Just got off work. Owens win. No, Owens did not win. Bianca and Edge won the men's Royal Rumble and women's Royal Rumble. Bianca and Edge, that's weird. It is weird. The rest just completely stopped counting. 100% stopped counting. It was very obvious. The rest be like folded chairs. The rest be folded like chairs. I mean, you fold too if you bust your head on something like that. Roman won, whack, yeah. Booker T standing there sent me. I don't really care for Booker T, so I was just like, bitch, I'm done. I like seeing Santana Garrett in the Rumble. They said she's still in NXT though, so I wonder why she hasn't been used at this point. Santana did okay in the Rumble. She was okay. Booker T wasn't needed if he was just gonna stand there like a salty spittoon. My kid is tougher than the WWE refs. Y'all ain't have to shade the refs like that. Santana is actually really good. Okay, good for Santana. I mean, she didn't display anything greater than what I've seen from her before. So I mean, she's all right. Heel Roman need a title. Like, what he gonna do with it? What? Heel Roman need a title. Like, what he going to do with our it? Without it, he's gonna be a heel. Why does he have to have a title in order to be worth something? If that's the case, then okay, Randy Orton ain't worth shit because he ain't got no title. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out why he has to have a title in order to be worth something. That's it's a little backwards for me. Just because he's a heel doesn't mean he needs the title to be that. And as far as the way I see it, if you're gonna do this, I mean, it's not necessarily true that he has to be a champion to be a heel. That's the bottom line. He wasn't champion when he became a heel. He doesn't have to be champion to stay one. So I disagree with that statement. He'll wrestle just like he's been wrestling. When he was a face character, he was wrestling. What was the difference then? He was still a face and he was still wrestling. So the question of what he's gonna do without it, like he's gonna wrestle, fam. He's gonna wrestle other characters. Real talk. I'm trying to get a body like Tony Storm. That's the goal. Girl, we all do. That's what WWE do. Tony did look fine. The title ain't needed to make a character because you can be a character and be worth more than any fucking title on that show. I don't mind cursing on here because I'm not making no money on my channel, so it is what it is. They can do what they want to do in terms of the algorithm. The reality of the situation is if you need a title to be validated, then you aren't a true character. And you are not somebody who can stand on your own 2 feet. That's the reality of the situation. I would like to believe that that's not true. You were interested in Roman's character before he became champion against The Fiend and Braun Strowman, and you're gonna be interested after. It's just period. A plain example is Bayley. She was a heel champion, but is still a heel now. The belt doesn't make her a wrestler. That is 100% true. Thank you very much, Jalen. Jay, I'm sorry. Yes, we do. um, she's the autocorrect. This is my debut here on YouTube Live. Hi, Tirza. Look at Tirza's picture. Tirza out here starting for the girls. Every time she get on here, she be tearing bitches up. Bye, Kitty. Santana is really good. So is Shotzi. I mean, I didn't deny she was good. She's a good character. That's good for Santana. Kitty leaving. She out. All right. Just finished watching Icons Yokozuna, which was amazing. I really, really like that. I didn't get to finish watching it. I think I was about halfway through it. I was really pissed that they made him go up against what's his face? Hulk Hogan right after he won the match. Like, I feel like that was really messed up. But WWE does shit like that all the time. I did not know that. If I recall, that was a little bit before my time to remember. I think it was, babe. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit outside my time to remember. So It's Black History Month. Yes, it is February 1st, so it is Black History Month. All right. So let's move into the men's Royal Rumble. This Rumble was boring. I didn't like it. I was very disappointed with it. Some good spots was Carlito was back. Carlito looked great. I loved Carlito. And to Nicole's credit, Nicole came in and did tell everybody that Carlito was coming back, and Carlito is gonna be in more of a producer like position, which is kind of cool. Um, his match was just, hold on a second, y'all. He was great. He looked great. He performed well in a Rumble. I was in love with Carlito. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So beautiful. Okay, I agree. It was okay. Definitely didn't top last year. I call that match second by second because I remembered that like it was yesterday. That's how big of a wrestling fan I am. I don't remember that match as much as, though actually I didn't see it because I did not order that pay-per-view. And then I don't I don't know what else happened after that. I mean, I was a kid when that match came on, and yeah, I was very young. Yeah, I was about, yeah, we were. I was very, very young, so I don't remember that match at all. And I didn't order it. It was only on pay-per-view. So I didn't order it and watch it. So I just didn't remember it. What's the point of number 30 nowadays? Well, just because you're number 30 does not mean you're guaranteed to win the Rumble. That's been proven time and time again. Most people who win the Rumble come in between the numbers of 27, 26, and like 19. Those numbers are usually more so the ones that win the Rumble. It's a couple people who won the Rumble at 30, like John Cena was one of them. But for the most part, most people don't win the Rumble at number 30. That's just the sweet spot. And a lot of people prefer that spot because it's the end of the match. You don't have to be gassed. You're not in there the whole fucking time. And it's just right. It's just a sweet spot. It doesn't mean anything to be in at number 30. Braun and Natty, what the fuck? Braun Strowman coming in at number 30 was better than him being in at number 10 or number 15, and he's eliminating 17 people by himself. I mean, where the fuck was Jey Uso and Keith Lee? Well, Keith Lee has been around Mia Yim, so Keith Lee had to quarantine for 10 days, I suspect, allegedly. And as far as Jey Uso is concerned, I don't know. Jey Uso declared for the Rumble, and he was not in the Rumble. So I don't know. I don't know where he was. And I was very surprised that he wasn't in the Rumble, and they must have switched him out with somebody else. But putting Shane Helms in that match was absolutely ridiculous. It was the dumbest thing that I remember from this Rumble. And I really hate that the men's match was the last match and it was just so sour and somber until the end. Like the end is where it began to pick up. The middle, the real core of the Rumble sucked. It was so boring. And I was ready to just go to fucking sleep. I love that Seth Rollins came back. Seth Rollins coming back was cool. I like where he came in at. That was a good spot for him. It was awesome. WWE was going to have black wrestlers win the Royal Rumble, but Keith Lee had to quarantine. I really stopped paying attention after Bianca won because I let out every single emotion I had because I was so happy for her. Me too. Seth and Bayley were my favorites. I cried like a real bitch when Naomi returned, when Bianca won, and then when Edge won. I was so happy when Bianca won. I'm so happy for her, and I'm glad that I was wrong because Bianca does deserve to be in WrestleMania. She is a star. I agree, but I stand by what I said earlier. I really do. And that was the day Hogan's racism showed through. Call Yoko a Jap. Oh God. The women's match was way better. I 100% agree. His character was Japanese, though. Mm, I don't think that his character was Japanese. Sumo wrestlers can be of any race and any color. I've seen white sumo wrestlers, okay? It just so happens that he was named Yokozuna because it meant grand champion. It meant champion. So that's why they named him Yokozuna. I don't think they were trying to portray him as Japanese, even though he wore the garb. When you're a they may have back then, but the reality is when you wrestle, you're a sumo wrestler. And the only reason why I know this is because there was a doc on Netflix that that I watched. There are many different types of sumo wrestlers, Polynesian, all different types of Asian. There are white sumo wrestlers. There is even a black one. I've seen a lot. Okay, so he maybe his character was portraying himself to be Japanese, but calling him a Jap is disrespectful. That's what they called them during the war, and you just don't do that. Even though he was Samoan, that was a racial slur they used to call Japanese people. I was a Hogan fan growing up, a true Hulkamaniac, so I didn't mind him beating Yokozuna. I didn't like it because I felt like Yokozuna had finally got his shot, and then here comes Hogan just stealing something from him, and it felt like he was stealing. Also, props to Rhea, she did amazing. 100%, I agree. I'm ready for Mia to be on the main roster. They must bring her to the main roster. They have to bring her there. You know, like I'm so over it. Like bring her. Let her be a part of it. Okay, so I'm gonna let some of you guys in. I'm gonna post it in here. If you just wait just a hot second, I'll let some of you guys in the live in a second. Okay, Jey Uso been off TV the last few weeks, though. Yes, he has, and I don't understand that. I'm very confused as to why they haven't mentioned anything. They didn't say that he had anything going, so I don't know what's going on. WrestleMania 9, watch wrestling with regret. He covers it. Okay, I was worn out at the Women's Royal Rumble, but I watched Roman versus KO. Roman versus KO is a good match. I think if you were tired after the Women's Royal Rumble and you weren't into Roman versus KO, watch it tomorrow. I think you'll fare better watching it tomorrow. I hated Hogan winning against Yokozuna and BS. What the BS way they took the title off of him. I have to agree. His character was Japanese. His interest said he was from Japan, and he wasn't. Tip, what happened to No Way Jose? I just thought of him. What happened? Why is he not in matches or was in the Royal Rumble? He was cut in Black Wednesday when they were getting rid of some of the wrestlers who were wrestling on live shows exclusively. So No Way Jose was brought back for the Rumble last year, but he wasn't brought back for the Rumble this year. Hogan's been trash, nothing new. My damn mayor needs to stay here for real. And get stuff done in Knoxville. I was like, "Ooh, Alexa's gonna be mad because Mayor Kane is wrestling." Oh, she was gonna be pissed. But Hogan dropped the title to him the next month, and he held the title for 280 days. It was his moment. He took the moment from him, Tirza. Like WrestleMania, that was a big thing. And then it was Caesar's Palace, and he took it. He took it from him, bro. Like, if that was you, put yourself in Yokozuna's shoes. If it was you would be uber pissed about that. She'd be like, damn, I did all this work to come into this, and I'm here. I have this match, and even though the second half of the match was a little wonky, I finally get in the match and you take it from me and give it to Hogan. Like you could have just told me that from the beginning instead of gassing me up, telling me I was gonna be champion, and then you take it from me only to drop it back to me. Like, no, fam. No. You didn't have to do that to him. Mia needs to learn how to wear a mask first. Wait a minute, you don't know how Mia got the virus. You don't know how she got it. Don't be so mean. Don't be so mean to that. Do not be mean to her. You don't know how she got it. You don't know how she got it. Oh, y'all hateful. Y'all just so hateful. It's so hateful. Oh my God. Not to stir the conversation, but the TLC match Sasha and Carmella had was better than this one they had this night, and I don't know why. Because you're tired of seeing the feud, to be honest with you. It was over. And that was the point. I think that match should have been faster. I'm just going to be real. It should have ended quickly. You could have gave the women a little bit more time in the Rumble. I didn't care for the match. It was okay. Okay, he's supposed to. Okay, sometimes I'm just gonna go through these questions, these comments. Hello, Alexis.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, everyone. I should have put some makeup on. I look disgusting, but it's 12:30 over here, so.
Colin got no chill. None. She has no chill.
Dude, I'm just happy that Lesnar didn't rear his ugly head because I was really, really worried that like Goldberg was gonna take that belt off of Drew and then Brock was gonna show up in the Rumble. I was mortified. Like when 30 hit, I was just like, oh, okay, thank God. I'll take Braun Strowman. I'll be okay.
I was scared during the match, I'll admit that. But I kind of figured that Brock wouldn't come back because COVID is still around. And some of the wrestlers are being affected by it. So he's not going to come anywhere near WWE if that's the case.
Well, I mean, his contract expired, August last year? Sometime last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I just got worried because I guess they're having some like superstar showdown or something like that. And
when they doing this?
Like in a couple months, I think.
Mm.
But I was just like, oh God, they're gonna trot Goldberg and Lesnar out for some match that we don't want. Like honestly, in 2021, who's checking for Goldberg?
Are you serious right now? Okay. First of all, you were talking, I remember this conversation. You were talking about Alicia Fox was going to return permanently to the WWE and wrestle as a full-time wrestler again. Just because the woman was in the Rumble does not mean that she has returned to wrestling full-time. I never said that she would never come back to WWE again. I said she wasn't going to come back as quickly as you thought. I said to give her time so that she can repair herself from the alcoholism that she suffers from. And y'all were adamant that she was going to be back last year at last year's Rumble. So you can try to check me, boo, but those are the facts, and that's what you said. So I'm gonna let it be what it is.
I mean, I was happy to see her back. She looks absolutely amazing. She looks like she's in a better mindset. I'm happy for Alicia.
Right. So, I don't have a problem with Alicia coming back, but I wanted her to be healthy to come back. I didn't want her to just come back just because y'all wanted her to come back. I wanted her to come back. And I was like, if you're going to come back, that's fine, but you need to be healthy. You need to have the same mindset. You can't put yourself back in the same situation that got you started drinking in the first place. That's not smart, and she's not going to do that. That was the conversation that we had. Then she showed up on Raw Legends, and everybody was all up in arms about her being in the Rumble, which I didn't have a problem with that either. But I don't think she should be wrestling full time.
I like the women's Royal Rumble matches because the women who come back, like I'll give Jillian some, a little bit of leeway because I remember much of her and oh God. But I like the women's Royal Rumble. Do you mind?
I can't.
The bane of my fucking existence.
Every time she get on the phone, that cat go running.
At least she's not turning around and showing you her butthole like she did my mom today. Oh my God.
God, that's nasty.
Anyway, though, I like the women's Royal Rumble more because when you have a lot of the I got cat hair all over me. When you see a lot of the older, I don't want to say older, but when you see a lot of the women from before coming in to this match, like Victoria, I got super hyped for Victoria. Tori Wilson, I don't know why she was there, but whatever, she didn't last long. But they're giving the women this is something, and this is why I hold the women's Royal Rumble really high in regards. Because if you had told me when I was growing up that I was seeing like the bra and panty matches and all that crap, that we would have a women's Royal Rumble, I wouldn't believe you. And now it's just like, now it is, and they're bringing back these women who deserve the opportunity to get a shot at this.
I agree.
You know, I have a daughter, and she watches wrestling with me, and it's a really big deal that she gets to see women like Naomi, like Bianca. Like, she got so happy when Bianca won. Oh my God. Like, I had not seen her like that in like forever. She was so happy she won. And, you know, she gets very excited about this. And it's like, hey, watch this, because I never got the wrestling fans of mommy's generation, the female fans, we never got this. So please watch this and don't take it for granted, because we had to claw and scratch and work our way up from the bottom to even get. I mean, like, I'd still tell you, it's like, if you had told me 20 years ago that women were going to main event WrestleMania, I would have laughed in your face. I'd be like, yeah, sure. Did the other 3 matches have to end real quick and they just need a filler? Like, who's it going to be? Stacy Keibler versus Dawn Marie?
Child.
I just, I was actually kind of good with Rumble this year. I wish Keith could have been in it. That sucks for him and Mia, but you know, Edge won. Good for him.
I'm fine with Edge winning, though. A lot of people weren't happy. They wanted some new blood, but like I said, you got to be able to make money. At the end of the day,
True.
It's about money. And I know for a fact, you put Edge on WrestleMania card as one of the main events, if not the main event, that's money all day.
This is true. And, you know, right now, with WWE signing that Peacock deal, they're going to want, like, you know, WrestleMania. Are they going to be on Peacock come WrestleMania, or is that going to be like?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
they'll be moved by then.
I get it's a smart business move. As a fan, I wish it was. I mean, I wouldn't even been mad if Randy Orton had won, because, like, I'm not a big Randy Orton fan, but I will admit, and I've said this repeatedly, this is some of the best heel work he's done in a decade.
That's true.
He doesn't seem like he's getting lazy like he usually will be. But what was I gonna say? But they're gonna want people who haven't watched wrestling since Edge retired, or like flipping around and like, oh my God, he's still a thing. You know, they want people. They're trying to attract older fans or like casual watchers who used to do that. And I get that, but deep down, they need to focus also and make sure that the fans who have been around for quite a while, like you, me, Nicole, you have people in your comments section there, that they need to be able to keep them too.
Yeah.
Because yes, that's great. You'll get new viewers and casual fans, but how about the fans who have been there when ratings are down, that we're trashing y'all, but we still watch it, that we still support your superstars? You can't, it's like, you can't keep fucking going back to the old folks home. And I'm not saying Edge is old. He was one of my favorites. Okay. And it sucks what happened to him, that he had to retire that early. And now he's coming back. He's getting a second chance, because last year they really were trying to build something up with him, and he re-aggravated his injury, and he did the smart thing and took time off.
True.
So I get that. But from here going on out from WrestleMania, they do need to focus on using the talent that they have. You know, people want Priest to come up. People want all these women from NXT to come up. And it's like, that's great. But what are they going to do with them? They keep going back to the well. They're bringing Rick in to do, like, I'm not a big Charlotte fan. I respect her, but I'm not a big fan of her. I guess I know that sounds weird, but
not really. I get what you mean.
She had 6 months, and again, when she was gone, it was noticeable, because I even told you, I'm like, where the hell is Charlotte? When's she coming back? Like,
I was like, whoa, where is Alexis? Because Alexis doesn't like Charlotte like that.
Because at that point, because she's such a big thing on the women's roster on Raw, it was noticeable, and they didn't take time to build up storylines or even other wrestlers to not fill that position, but at least cover it up a little bit so it's not so noticeable. You know, it's like when you get a hole in your wall, but you try to hang a picture over it just to cover it till you can get it fixed.
Right.
That's what they needed to do. But it was really big missing, like piece of it missing. And out of 6 months, and I like the fact that she's not in title contingency. I do like that.
Yeah.
But she was gone for 6 months. And this storyline with her dad and Lacey was the best thing you could think of her to do to keep her out of the If that was the case, then I would have rather her been in title contingency. Yes, I would have bitched about it, but like I wouldn't have to deal with her dad and Lacey Evans doing whatever they're doing. And to me, honestly, it feels like an insult to Charlotte's character.
In what capacity? Because the only way that was to be the case is if Lacey was like, if they were alluding to the fact that he was sleeping with the girl. In this way I'm looking at it, it's not like that. It's more like Lacey's trying to edge her out the way. You know how like you are, I gotta put it, like she's trying to take Charlotte's place. That's kind of how I see it. I just call her thought because it's funny to call her a thought. It's funny. It's funny to call her that.
It's not 2016. It's not. She is a thought. She's a backwoods Hobby Lobby shopping thought.
Who?
I said it through that whole match. Like when they were that women's match wasn't the tag match. She does need to go to Shady Pines. I'll take him there myself. You know, Andrade's showing her old folks' homes like pamphlets. Like, what do you think of this one? But no, it's just like you can't. You put the tag titles on her, okay, and then you drop them to Shayna. I felt so bad in that women's tag match. I felt so bad for Shayna, Asuka, and Charlotte. Because that match, it was good, but it was like watching a match on Raw.
Yeah.
Like this is one of the big four. Wouldn't you want to bring your A game? And at this point with those tag titles, taking the NXT, drop them off at NXT, take them to SmackDown, give them to the fucking Riot Squad because, oh my God, they have deserved their due diligence. Just do something.
I don't think they should have gave the titles back to Shayna and Nia. I think they should split Shayna and Nia up and let them go their separate ways. I think it's ridiculous that they gave them the titles back. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to Charlotte and Lacey Evans, I'm okay with the feud. It gives Charlotte something to do, and it's not completely focused on Charlotte possibly trying to regain another title. And it's like, for me, it works. But I'm easier to please when it comes to wrestling. If you give me a trashy storyline and then you give me some decent wrestling to go with it, I'm good. I don't ask for much.
Girl, you just said decent and Lacey Evans in the same sentence.
Oh my God.
Like I mean, I don't know what's going on with her. I used to really like Lacey, and then it's just like, and I was telling this to a friend of mine tonight, somewhere along the line, she got lazy. It's like she wasn't putting on like 5-star matches that should have been headlining WrestleMania or anything like that. But she's gotten lazy and she's like regressed. And it's just like, okay, I get it. You come out there with like cute little outfits and hair bows my kids wear, but where is the talent?
I don't know. Lacey's more focused on her character. As far as this comment goes, when you say it was meant to make Charlotte a Grand Slam champ, okay. She got the championship. She could have got it later. She didn't have to come in that way to get the title. They could have let Lana continue on unless Lana was truly injured. Unless Lana was truly and utterly injured. They could have continued on with Asuka and Lana, give them the titles, let them go to SmackDown and drop the titles off at TLC and SmackDown. The Riot Squad would be champions right now, and you could have moved on to NXT. and left it there. Charlotte could have been champion another time for another day. You could have did it with Becky because Becky's ass probably would come back soon. And when she does, you could have teamed them two up and had them become tag team champions instead of putting it on Asuka and Charlotte. You did not have to do that. It's not like Charlotte is on her last year of wrestling, even though she's alluded to retiring in the next couple of years. At some point, Becky will come back, make her tag with Becky, let her tag with Naomi. Hell, Naomi's there. Let her tag with her. And they could have been tag team champions for a little while, but it didn't have to happen right now.
I'm so
And
happy
it's always really quick with Charlotte. And I don't take nothing from her. I am a fan of Charlotte. I like Charlotte. So I don't have an issue with Charlotte personally. What I have an issue with is her booking. And I feel like WWE is so focused on her specifically that they leave out other people. And Becky Lynch got herself up. And it's like Becky Lynch got herself up and they rode with Becky, which I didn't have a problem with. Ride with the girl. The girl got the momentum. She got the wave. But when Naomi got the wave, you let her wave die down. You didn't give her nothing. Naomi came back at Royal Rumble last year, and she was the highlight of the Rumble, and they did not do anything with her.
I have friends that didn't even watch wrestling, and they were sending me pictures of her, and they're like, who is this? I said, she's a wrestler. Her name's Naomi. She's really good. You should look her up. And they're like, she's beautiful. And I'm like, yeah, like she got so much hype. Like people, like non-wrestling journalists and I use that term loosely, were posting pictures of her and saying, look at this beautiful black woman. And then they didn't do anything with her. And I'm like, y'all miss a Grand Slam fucking opportunity to do something. Seth Kumash. No, see, I want Becky when she comes back. I want her to come back out with the mom shirt, but I want that baby strapped to her back.
Oh wow!
I was halfway expecting Seth to come out with that baby. I would just been like, that would have just. Oh my god!
I mean, y'all. Some of y'all have it's like you have to. You have to think, and I'm not trying to be mean, but the reality is when you're looking at the superstars and how they can be built, a lot of people's problem with Naomi was, oh, well, she's not marketable. Oh, I don't think she's good enough to be champion. Oh, well, Naomi's not one of the top girls. You're a fucking lie. Naomi has all of the momentum. She had all of the drive. And if you ask me, her and Bianca are on the same level. I don't see any difference between the two of them. Only Bianca is new. Naomi is the vet. That's all I see between the two of them. They both have the same strength. Well, Bianca's much stronger than her. But they both have the same good athleticism. They're both great characters. Very, very different characters. They both are amazing in the ring. So I don't see why you can't book Naomi the same way you book Bianca. There's no difference.
And you know what the sad I gotta get you some food, Cat. I'm sorry. You know what the sad thing is? I'm already bracing myself for this. I'm already dreading when like the closer it gets to Mania, people are gonna start saying like, oh, why are they doing this with Bianca? They only doing her because she's black. Blah blah. I'm already bracing myself for that kind of bullshit that's coming. And I'm just
I'm not hating on Bianca. I wanted to be clear. I'm not hating on her. I just want everybody to get their just due. And everybody can't get their just due when you're picking and choosing when people can get stuff and how they can get it and what they do. It's wrong. You gotta capitalize strike while the iron is hot. And I understand, like some people are like, well, you didn't have that same opinion with the Fiend. The difference between the Fiend and Naomi is that the Fiend is not a relatable character. He is an entity. He is something that you're supposed to fear, and you're supposed to fear and love, very similar to the way The Undertaker was when he first debuted. He's supposed to be an enigma. You're not supposed to be like enamored with him on that regard. Naomi is different. She's a relatable woman. She's the type of girl you see around the hood in your neighborhood. Like those type of girls, I see Naomi every single day. Yeah. So she's relatable and she's funny. She's smart. She's really, really nice. None of the wrestlers have anything bad to say about her. They love her to the moon and back. And every wrestler, every time somebody says they want somebody to win the Rumble, they always, always, always pick her. Every single time they pick her. That says a lot about her character and the type of woman that she is. So WWE is correcting it with Bianca, and I'm fine with that. I'm happy for them with them doing that. I just want Naomi to get her time too. That's all.
She will, man. I think now that Naomi's back and she's 100% healthy, and she's had a rough couple of minutes here and there, but I think she'll come back, and I really think this will probably be the best Naomi we have seen in quite a while. I'll just say one more thing because I know there's probably a lot of people wanting to come in. I think my favorite part was when Alexa Bliss came out, and I was like, ah, crap.
Right.
And then the lights start going out. I'm like, one of y'all need to like kick this little bitch. Like, you gotta do something. Because I'm thinking of like every horror movie, and it's always like the dumbasses that just stand around while like, Chucky, who's like this little 2-foot doll, is trying to stab you on the ankle. I'm like, just kick this bitch. And then here comes Rhea. Just no bitch. Just
right, Rhea saved us all. Thank you, Rhea.
I was just like, God bless you, Rhea Ripley.
Right.
Like, I again, the women's match, the men's match just didn't do it for me. Women's match was hell of a lot better. And it kind of saddened me a little bit because Kofi showed up. Yeah. And I was like, oh, cool, he's there. And then it's like, nah, he's still technically injured. But I cried when I saw that they had Brody Lee on their gear. And I was like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this.
Yeah, they had Brody Lee on their gear, and I thought that was just so sweet. It was very, very kind of them to do that. That just made me cry. I was like, oh.
I found out today that Brody Lee and Big E, that was like one of his best friends, and he was one of the very few. He was one of the very few people that Mr. Huber's wife called and said, "You need to come up here and say goodbye because John's not going to make it."
Oh,
and I'm just, but one more thing. I just have a question. Do you think they're going to contest what AJ Styles' bodyguard did to Big E and Rey Mysterio?
No.
See, that pissed me off so bad.
Yeah. I was like, well, I'm gonna be honest. I was fine that it was Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles. I'm gonna be real. But I'm not. I mean, I was mad that it was Big E that had to take a bump for Omos. I really, really hated that. I felt like even though Omos was there, he should have been seen, and it shouldn't have been. He shouldn't have been a presence that actually interfered in the Rumble like that. I don't like that. It really takes away from the fun of the Rumble and the greatness of it. Like you just really destroyed a good aspect of what the Rumble was and what it could have been.
Because I don't get that, because that's what I was trying to tell my friend. It's like he's not in the match.
I didn't know that. I'm thinking about it now, and Seth did have Brody Lee gear.
The Bludgeon Brother gear.
Yes. It was on the side of his pants.
Oh, now I'm gonna fucking
and
cry
his jacket
again.
was red. I didn't think about it until they just mentioned it. Oh, I'm sorry, Seth, because I really didn't think about it until they said something. I'm so sorry.
Now I'm gonna cry.
That was sweet though. Seth was very hurt by Brody Lee's death. He was very, very hurt. So I did not know that. That's very cool.
That makes me respect Seth Rollins a hell of a lot more. But no,
the person that Bianca could work well with. Yeah, I'm hoping but I think they're gonna put Rhea on Raw. I don't think they're gonna put her on SmackDown. I would put her on SmackDown, but I don't think they're gonna do that.
But I don't get that whole what he was doing, because they're like, oh, it's legal, he's over the rope. I'm just like, he wasn't a participant though.
No, there's no rules in the Rumble, so they just let him get away with it.
I think that's some horse shit. And they let him I don't know what's going on with these refs, but in storyline, they are like, that's what I said. My kid is more tougher than these WWE refs. It's just like, oh, we're scared of the big scary wrestler. I'd be like, what the fuck you think you doing? Put that man back in that ring, so help me.
What really pissed me off about the refs was during Roman and KO's match. I didn't like that shit at all. I don't know why he completely stopped. 100% stopped. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, so you're not going to finish counting? You're just going to stop completely?
I think it was taking Heyman a little too longer with those handcuff keys because he was down there for a hot second.
So what? Kick the other referee, do something, make it look like something. Don't just stop counting. You look like you were trying to save the match for him.
This is what I've been telling you about WWE refs for a couple of months now, dude. It's like one show they're on their shit. The next time it's like they never refed a match before. And then the second time it's just like, oh, wait, he's like, they don't know how to fucking, excuse me, I'm trying to get your channel money. That's why I'm trying not to cuss as much as I do. But it's like one show they know their shit. The second day, well, never mind. Sorry. One show they know what they're doing, and then the next day is like the next show is like they act like they've never refed a match before, and I'm just like, we talk about like the wrestlers needing to be consistent. The refs need to be consistent too, because some refs just let stuff go, and then the other time they're just like hot vision, like tuned into everything, and I don't know.
I have to agree.
I didn't really care for the 24/7 segment in the women's match. I thought that was a little distracting because I don't know what Truth was doing. I guess he got confused about what Rumble match it was.
I mean, it was okay. I thought it was funny. Now,
it would have been cool if like they had done like Money in the Bank last year where the guys had actually gotten in the ring. Because you had like Rhea Ripley at that point, you had Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, you had women who could take out the guys, and they could have just been like, "What the heck are you guys doing? This is our show. Just go, leave us." No, like they could have just like kicked them out. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure other people want to go. But I will talk to you later because I need some sleep.
All right then.
All right, talk to you later. Bye.
Bye. All right, Rhea versus Alexa is about to happen. I'd rather they wait and to do that. Like, I don't want to see that. Real talk. Not even trying to be funny. I just don't want to see that. That's not something like desperate to see. Hold on a second, y'all. All right. It was Paul's fault. Tamina did so good in the women's Royal Rumble match. She did okay. I'll give her props. She did okay. But still should have at least counted slower. Vince was probably in his ear and told him to stop the count until Heyman unlocks the cuffs. At the same time, like Roman should have improvised, like KO was still over there in the corner, like the referee is standing there. If he's telling the ref like, "Hey, you can't count, like Roman's not done, we can't have him lose this match." Okay, so trip the damn referee so the ref can pretend like he injured. Simple, like bitch, you tall enough to do it. Like get your shit together. I don't think anyone expected, including Heyman, that it was going to take long to unlock those cuffs. So I'm almost positive it was Vince in his ear and told him to stop the count. But it doesn't look right. It looks like everybody was against Kevin Owens. That's how it appears. Like it's ass backwards, Tirza. It may have been that way, and I'm okay with them trying to protect the product and protect the integrity of the match. But the reality is you made yourself look like a damn fool on TV. Like even if you were in his ear telling him to stop the count, like improvise why you stopped the count. Like it only makes sense. we going by storyline though. When you looking at the story, you watching this match unfold. Kevin Owens had the upper hand, no matter how great Roman was or how we know Roman was gonna win. Towards the end of this match, Kevin had the upper hand. So when Roman low blowed him, which is his go-to move, and even still, he had him handcuffed in the damn thing. The referee and Roman have to perform still. They are supposed to make it appear as though the match can go either way. It's not supposed to be obvious for us to know who's going to win. So they should have not made it that obvious. They shouldn't have immediately stopped the count. They have to give you a reason to stop the damn count. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about it right now. Or at least I wouldn't be ranting and raving about it, you know. But I rant and rave about everything, so, you know, whatever. All in all, Royal Rumble, if I had to give it a grade, I'd say Royal Rumble was about a solid B. I give it a B. There was some matches that I didn't really care for, and there was a match that was missing off the card. Bobby Lashley was supposed to go up against Riddle for that United States Championship match. I remember them advertising this match for Royal Rumble. I'm assuming they pulled it once they moved the women to the kickoff show, but they very well could have had that match on the kickoff show, because I'm going to be honest, sitting there watching Rosenberg roll up R-Truth to become a 24/7 champion was not something that I wanted to see at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, nor did I care to watch Booker T and JBL take notes on a match that they already know who's going to win. So in my mind, you could have booked an extra match on that card, put it before the women's match, let the women close out the show, and ended it there. But instead, you chose to do this, so whatever. I know that he wasn't winning. That wasn't my point. It was, you're supposed to make it look like the match can go either way. That's the thing. You're supposed to make it look like the match can go either way. If I was Miz, I would have been cashed in on Drew after his match with Roman at SummerSlam. I mean Survivor Series. I don't believe he had the title at the Money in the Bank at Survivor Series. He cashed it in by then, if I recall. I don't right off recall what you mean by a scary finish. So what else did I want to talk about? Okay, so the pay-per-views. So a lot of people was asking me when the next pay-per-views are gonna be, and the WWE has changed the card for the pay-per-views, and the pay-per-views are as follows. So if you don't believe me, you can go to CBS Sports, because WWE has released their pay-per-view schedule to them. NXT Takeover is happening in February on the 14th, which is about 2 weeks from now. Elimination Chamber is still a go. It's going to be in St. Petersburg, Florida on the 21st of February. And Fastlane is going to be the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania, and it's going to be March 21st. WrestleMania, of course, is April 10th through 11th, and then Money in the Bank is May. Backlash is in June. There's a UK takeover, Dublin, Ireland, in June 20th. Extreme Rules is going to be on this year. SummerSlam is this year. They say they may have a payback this year in between SummerSlam and Clash of Champions, sort of like last year. Hell in a Cell will be in October. Survivor Series in November. TLC in December. And as of right now, those are the pay-per-views for this year. They did not announce anything beyond WrestleMania. So even though Money in the Bank is probably going to be in Money in the Bank is probably going to be in May after WrestleMania. There is no definitive date. So from Money in the Bank on down to TLC, there's no definitive date for anything except for UK takeover in Dublin. They haven't announced any NXT takeovers either. So we're still stuck with the next 4 pay-per-views we know are going to be Takeover, February, Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, and WrestleMania. So we all know what's going to happen for the next couple of months, or rather the next couple of weeks. So yeah, that's where we at. Don't come for Rosenberg. Rosenberg pinned up R-Truth like he was trying to get that booty. So I can say what I want to. He was all up in R-Truth's business. He was trying to get that ass. That's what it looked like. It didn't look like no roll out. It looked like he was trying to get that booty dude. Like that's what it looked like. Some badussy. That's it. Get it together. I didn't watch the kickoff show, so I didn't know Charlotte and Asuka lost. Yes, they lost. There was a report saying there would be a scary finish at the Rumble. Obviously, the report wasn't true. He from my city and he's a good dude. Rosenberg's cool. So yes. Don't you have your own charge cord? All right. Do you think there will be a Raw versus HD versus NXT this year? I hope so. I would prefer it that way. I think it's fun that way. And NXT need to get. I mean, WWE, Raw, and SmackDown need to get some get back. I mean, they got beat on their own turf by NXT, and I would feel some type of way about that. I'll be ready to get my shit back. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely, I'll be ready to get my shit back. Is it true they're gonna have 25,000 fans in attendance for WrestleMania? If it is true, I need to be there. Yes, it is true. Actually, they are supposed to have 25,000 fans at Mania because that's the max amount they can have and spread them out evenly without them, you know, spreading the virus or touching each other and all that good stuff. Truth is the second guy to enter the Women's Royal Rumble. Did he officially enter it? He didn't officially enter it, so I don't know. Yeah, they're doing that match. I hope they do a reimbursement for people who bought Mania tickets last year, i.e. me. I hope they give y'all stuff back too. I mean, it's only fair. So that's all I got for y'all people. Now, I probably will not go live tomorrow for Monday Night Raw because, like I said, my face is tore up. I was drinking some pop and it just made my face explode. And I got all these scars and I'm trying to get rid of them. So I'm probably not going to go live for the whole week next week. If I do, it'll be on here on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube so you can see when I go live again and talk about Raw and SmackDown. I try to go live on YouTube every day this week so that I can talk about every show with you guys and interact with y'all. Y'all can most definitely come on next week for sure because I'm not going to be on camera, so I'm going to need some help hosting my show. All right. Let me answer look at these last few comments, and then I'm going to be out, people. SD still hasn't won yet a Survivor Series. They have to win this year. Damian Archer did pretty good. His name is Damian Priest. Damian Priest did pretty good for his first Rumble match. Like, I was surprised. Damian Priest is a very good wrestler. I don't have an issue with Priest. I think Priest was great. He did well. He eliminated a lot of people. He stood toe-to-toe with one of the biggest guys in the WWE or one of the oldest guys in Kane. He looks great, and he did great. I can't wait to see him debut on the roster and what they really do with him. Priest is a character that could be definitely used as long as they don't try to squeeze him too much and change him into something that he isn't. And I really, really liked one thing that I really loved was the fact that they had Sonya on the panel, and Sonya is very much the face of SmackDown in terms of managerial and making sure people understand that she's going to be in charge. I love that. I really, really wish that they would just make it known that Sonya is a general manager instead of like saying she's going to be working with Pierce. No, make her the GM, move Pierce over to Raw, and leave it at that, fam. Okay, like that's all that needs to happen. She was like, wait, what happened? That dude, yeah, what happened to your face? Girl. So a few days ago, like last week, I think it was, or the week before last, AJ bought some pop. And I hadn't drank pop like a lot of pop in like over 2-3 years. I do drink pop occasionally, but it's very rare. Like if I go to like Burger King or something like that, which I don't do very often anymore. So going to a fast food place, that would be the only time I would drink soda. And I was drinking a soda, and I'm drinking, like he bought cases, like 2 or 3 cases. And at night when I get up and usually I'll drink water if I get thirsty, but the soda was by the bed. So I got lazy and drank soda, and it made my face break out. Like I have a breakout under my nose. I have like 2 or 3 breakouts on my chin. And because I pop pimples and I'm a picker, they turned into massive, massive scarring. So I do not want to show my face. Like I'm not doing that. I already half step when I be coming on here with a whole bonnet on and shit, looking like y'all y'all auntie. So I can't. I was like, no, ma'am, I'm out of here. I haven't gotten that far into watching NXT for the first time. I think you should really watch NXT and NXT UK. They're very, very good shows. Wait, soda. Oh, yeah. So soda's really bad for you. Like, soda's very bad for you. And if you are drinking soda and the body doesn't like it, it will purge. So any way it can get rid of impurities, it will come out in your skin. Which is why I break out. I break out very, very, very badly when I drink soda. So I tend to steer clear of soda, and I really either drink like some tea or I'll drink coffee. But I don't even drink that stuff as much as I drink water, and I really, really try very hard to drink a lot of water, and I'll drink lemon water and stuff like that because it it helps my skin. Like my skin was great. I was clearing it up. The acne was gone. I hadn't had a breakout in months. I had my new routine. It was making my skin really soft and made it really pretty, easy to use makeup over. And then boom, fucking breakout because I was drinking soda. So I was like, nope, never again. Not drinking any more soda. It's gonna be organic natural cranberry juice for me with no sugar, which is fucking disgusting, but it's good. You get used to it. Um, she was like, yeah, never drink that. It's the worst thing for you. I know. I'm over it. I drank it because AJ bought it and it was in the house. Usually I don't buy it and it's not in the house, so I don't drink it. But because it was here, old habits die hard. So if it's out of my face, out of my sight, and it's not in my home, I don't drink it. And usually that's where it's at. I'm up to in 2019 in NXT, but I'm a couple months behind for the UK. You'll be fine. I never liked soda ever. I don't even drink juice. Like I drank soda when I was a kid, and I was a project kid, so we drank soda, we drank juice. That's just what we did, and it was a habit that I had to learn to break as an adult because soda is really bad for you. So it gets to the point where I drank soda so much that I'm at the point where I'm allergic to Pepsi. I can't drink Pepsi without having like literally itching. So I never drink Pepsi. I do drink clear drinks or ginger ale, like especially when I have an upset stomach or if I have like some type of indigestion and I really need to burp, I'll drink that. But other than that, I try to steer clear of it. But this time we had soda in the house and I drank it and it made me fucking break out. And I can't even cover it up with makeup. I can't do it. So have to wait. But I got some healing ointment that'll get rid of it and it's working, so it's calming down. I just have to stop picking at it. So you're just gonna stand there and look at me like I'm crazy? I don't want to hear it. Shut up. Anyway, I'm gonna go. You guys have a good night. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I know you're tired of hearing me ramble, so I'm out of here. Like I said, if you want to keep watching me, I'm gonna go live on this YouTube channel for this week. I'm gonna go live 3 days. So Monday I'm gonna go live, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I'm gonna go live Friday. God, for sure. I may even go live Thursday just to chit chat in case anything pop off in the wrestling world. So I'll see you guys Monday, tomorrow after Raw, if Raw's worth talking about. And I'll talk to you later.